Okay, first we're going to practice with syllables. Say bookcase. Now say bookcase, but don't say book. Say sunset. Now say sunset, but don't say sun. Say spaceship. Now say spaceship, but don't say ship. Say silver. Now say silver, but don't say sill. Say market. Now say market, but don't say mar. Say gentle. Now say gentle, but don't say tull. Say umbrella. Now say umbrella, but don't say Say fantastic. Now say fantastic, but don't say fan. Say October. Now say October, but don't say oc. Say alphabet. Now say alphabet, but don't say owl. Say Saturday. Now say Saturday, but don't say sat. Say tricycle. Now say tricycle, but don't say try. Now we're going to practice with some onset rhyme. Say feet. Now say feet, but don't say f. Say cough. Now say cough, but don't say k. Say tame. Now say tame, but don't say t. Say time. Now say time, but don't say t. Say cone. Now say cone, but don't say k. Say guide. Now say guide, but instead of g, say Say more. Now say more, but instead of say d. Say gum. Now say gum, but instead of g, say th. Say lead. Now say lead, but instead of say s. Now say feel. Now say feel, but instead of f, say s. Say sleep. Now say sleep, but don't say s. Say crane. Now say crane, but don't say k. Say grew. Now say grew, but instead of g, say t. Say crane. Now say crane, but instead of k, say b. Say flows. Now say flows, but instead of f, say k. Say went. Now say went, but don't say t. Say range. Now say range, but don't say j. Say wheat. Now say wheat, but don't say t. Say niece. Now say niece, but don't say s. Say drive. Now say drive, but don't say v. Say ran. Now say ran, but instead of a, say a. Say kit. Now say kit, but instead of I, say a. Say den. Say den, but instead of e, say a. Say beak. Now say beak, but instead of e, say a. Say fine. Now say fine, but instead of I, say o. Say bread. Now say bread, but don't say Say sneak. Now say sneak, but don't say Say crew. Now say crew, but instead of say Say scale. Now say scale, but instead of k, say Say sneeze. Now say sneeze, but instead of say k. Say some. Say some, but instead of say n. Say rhyme. Say rhyme, but instead of say d. Say night. Say night, but instead of t, say s. Say seam. Say seam, but instead of say t. Say keep. Say keep, but instead of p, say z. Say ghost. Now say ghost, but don't say s. Say roast. Now say roast, but don't say s. Say sift. Now say sift, but instead of f, say p. Say trust. Now say trust, but instead of s, say k. Say deft. Now say deft, but instead of f, say k. Okay, thank you.